Okay, now we get to sort of one that everybody knows, Mr. John Elway. What do you think about Elway?
I think he is, no question, one of the most unique players I've ever seen play the quarterback position. I remember in the 1980s, my Giants were on their way to their first Super Bowl, and I'm watching the highlights, and I'm watching this guy run this drive against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland from their own 2-yard line. I'm like, oh, we got to play him again? Because the Giants played the Broncos in the regular season in Giants Stadium, and that was a really, really tough game. The Giants were, that game was in question all the way till the end. They had a last-minute drive to kick a field goal to win. Elway, he had this, he could, for a big man, and he could move and he could throw the ball farther than anyone I've ever seen even including up till today. He could run to the left sideline and throw a ball 50 yards downfield diagonally toward the right sideline and hit a guy between the numbers. Yeah, I remember seeing him running and making those plays in that muddy jersey. I mean, and he was tough. He was physically tough.
Yeah,
a lot of hits, and it was Mark Jackson that he
Mark Jackson, you're correct. That's right. Yeah, they also talked about the infamous Elway cross, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
John Madden used to talk about that. In practice, he would throw the ball so hard to receivers that the point on the ball would get embedded in the player's chest.
Matter of fact, Manning, just to show that Elway still had the arm strength here, these many years later after his playing days are over, they had a gelatin, ballistic dummy set up, and they had Elway throw a ball at him, and the Elway cross was showing up on the gelatin man still to this day with Elway's arm strength. So great ball player.
Yeah,
great baseball player, too. He could have had a great baseball career.
He had the mechanics, he threw the ball with his whole body. He had, he had those big legs. He almost had running back's legs, which was very, very unusual for when he came up in the 1980s.